Hello and welcome to this lesson on Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix. Now this is not to be confused with Hendrix's other song, Voodoo Child Slight Return, and that's the song that goes, or at least something like that. This is of course Voodoo Child with an E, off Electric Ladyland, and this is the 10-15 minute long jam with Steve Winwood on keyboards. Great tune. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to play the full song, obviously, because it's too long and it'll take forever to break it down note by note. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the first couple of minutes of the tune, or the intro, and try and help you get the feel, so you know enough. You've got enough information to jam over it or figure out the rest of the song yourself if you want to. But there's not really any point learning the whole entire song note for note. So you might as well learn the first few bars, get the feel under your fingers, and then hopefully come up with your own stuff. Now then, before we start, I think it's important to tell you what the tuning is. Hendrix normally tunes down. I say normally, sometimes he's used standard tuning on a few tracks, but normally he tunes down a half step to E flat. But on this one, he's down a full step. Now, just let me get my sheet here. Let's have a look. Yep, it's from low to high. Okay, so it's D, G, C, F, A, D. Okay, so D, G, C, F, A, D. Okay, I think we'll get straight on with the tune. Now you're starting off, second finger on the third string down, second fret, and you're just going to hammer on and pull off. Okay, and dig into it to start with, and then slowly, if you can, reduce the volume. Okay, so it goes something like this. Slowly reducing the volume. Okay, very simple. That's called a trill, when you hammer on, pull off like that. Okay, now hammer on to the second fret, third string, and then hammer on to the second fret of the second string, and then pull off. And then on the low E, third fret, just a quarter tone bend, just slightly bend that. And then back to the second fret of the third string and do that little trill again. Okay, so that little lick goes like this. Again. Okay, excuse me. Really should stop smoking. Okay, the next lick is again. Okay, so that starts off on the fourth string down, which would normally be your G string. Second fret, and slide up to the fourth with your first finger on the third fret of the B string, and then back to the fourth fret of the G string. Slide down and pull off. So it's okay. So that's second fret of the G string, and then just open G. And get them two to ring as well. And then it's that trill again on the second fret of the third string. And he plays that lick quite quickly, so it's okay. So again from the beginning. Okay. Now next, it's the third fret of the low E. I know it's a whole tone down, but I'm just going to refer to it in standard tuning, just for ease. So, third fret of the low E, open on the low E, and then the 3rd fret. So open, 3rd fret, 5th fret of the low E. And you're sliding up to the 7th fret of the low E. And then that's the 5th fret of the A string. Now you're hammering on from the 5th fret of the A string to the 7th fret 3 times. Back to the 5th fret, 7th fret of the low E to the 5th fret, and then the 3rd. Then from the 5th of the A string to the 7th, and the 5th fret of the D string, and back to the 7th fret of the A string. Just a little bit of vibrato there. Excuse me. Okay. Now, this is where he starts with his vocals. And we're at the 12th fret of the B string. I'll just play it through once. So it's the 12th fret of the B string, and then to the 15th fret of the B string, and you're bending up to the 17th, or what would be the 17th. Bend down and pull off to the 12th, and just catch that 15th fret again as you're playing that staccato. Okay, you're barely playing that. As soon as you catch that 15th fret, just pull off. Oh, mute it. Okay. And the next lick is 15th fret of the B string to the 12th fret of the B string. You play this twice. And then from the 14th fret of the G string, it's a bend up to what would be the 16th fret. Oh dear. Okay, so it's a bend up, bend down, pull off to the 12th fret of the G string, and then hammer on or play the 14th fret of the D string. And again, that's staccato. So let's play this all again. Now this is where the sort of main rhythm comes in. Okay. So use your first finger to bar across the 12th fret of the G and B strings. And you want to bend it up a quarter. And then it's the 12th fret of the D string to the 14th. You slide away, slide down. And an open E. And again, that's staccato, just use your palm to mute it. Oh yeah, so excuse me, I'm really full of a cold at the moment. And then use your pick just to play a, I think this is called a chuck, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's like a percussive click. And just across the strings. And then it's a 3rd fret of the low E, and a quarter tone bend again. And there's that little trill. And then next it's an open E. Okay, this is where it can start to get confusing. I'm just going to play it through a few times, just so you can start getting this rhythm in your head. Okay, so essentially this is a G chord. It's just the middle 2 strings open. That little trill again. Back to open E. And the top 2 strings, play staccato with an upstroke. A quarter tone bend on the 3rd again. And then a hammer on from open D to the 2nd fret. Okay, so again. Okay, next it's open E again. Now you're moving down to the 5th fret of the D string, and then the 5th fret of the A string. Bit of vibrato on that. Then to the 7th fret of the A string. Back to the open E. Okay, so it goes. Okay, now this part, then it's just rest your hands across the strings, just press down against the frets and then just, okay, so it's the 12th fret on the high E, play staccato again. And then the 15th fret of the B string, you're bending up to what would be the 17th. And again, a bit of vibrato on that. Back to the open E. And that quarter tone bend on the 3rd fret of the low E. And then hammer on to this 2nd fret of the D string. Back to the open E. And then 2nd fret of the G string, and you're going to bend up to what would be the 4th. And on that last one, you bend back down and pull off to the open G. Open E again. Back to that quarter tone bend on the G, the low E. And then it's the 2nd fret of the D string, and then it's an E5 power chord, which is just open E bar the 2nd fret of the A and the D strings. Just catch the 12th fret of the G and B strings. You're literally just catching it. And then from the 15th fret You're bending up to what would be the 17th. Okay, so again. Okay, don't worry about getting it absolutely exact. It's more about the feel and playing the exact right notes. So, and then after that, not going to get into too much detail, but he just carries on this kind of rhythm. So, something like this. Okay, you get the idea. So the rhythm's kind of going. Which is essentially E and G. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm just going to play it through the whole thing one more time, slowly. So hopefully you've got some of the idea between me coughing and snivelling. I do apologise. Okay, so slowly through the whole thing again. Okay, so I think what we'll do, I'll load up a drum track in this shuffle style, and I'll just gently play guitar behind it for a couple of minutes or so, and then you can jam along, and hopefully there's enough information there for you to learn the whole song if you really want to, or at least jam along to it. Okay, so here's the little jam track.